Hey, good Tuesday afternoon, everyone. We've got a lot to get to today, so I want to get right to it. We've got a pretty good wind and rain event coming our way starting this evening and taking us into our Wednesday and even parts of Thursday as well. Now, as I record this at 2:10 p.m., the radar is still quiet. It's going to stay quiet for the rest of the daylight hours today, but the rain is off to our south, and it is slowly but surely tracking north. Now, it continues to run into some dry air that exists up here, so you notice it's kind of breaking apart a little bit. It's going to take until this evening and before the atmosphere moistens up, saturates enough for this to start to reach the ground. As you can see, there's a pretty good wall of water down to our south, tracking to the north. So our high-resolution futurecast showing us what the radar should look like. Clouds will continue to thicken over the next few hours. And for most of us, we'll start to see the rain again well after dinner time, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. And once the rain gets in, it's here. And it's going to rain just about all night tonight. And it's also going to turn pretty windy as well. And, you know, a pretty good dumping of rain between tonight and tomorrow. And while some of these numbers are probably overdone, I don't think too many places get more than 2 inches. I could see there being an average of 1.5 inches worth of rain across the valley for tonight and into the day tomorrow, and we'll get a couple of residual showers then tomorrow night into Thursday as well. But the steadiest and heaviest is tonight and heading into tomorrow. Also going to have to worry about the wind. It's really going to start howling, and I think the worst of the wind is going to be tomorrow morning. Notice the wind gusts here, shown on the model to be in the 40 to perhaps 45 mile per hour range. I think that's reasonable. Up at 5,000 feet above our heads, the winds are going to be blowing at 90 miles an hour. So it's not going to take much of a heavy shower to bring down some of that wind energy. So it's going to be a real windy start to our day. The winds will slacken some tomorrow afternoon, but it'll still be blustery. And the wind is still going to be a factor into Thursday, with some gusts perhaps to 30 to 35. And that'll be a chillier breeze on Thursday. Now, the National Weather Service does already have some wind advisories up for the mountainous areas of west central PA, including areas east of Pittsburgh in the yellow counties here. And then they also have some advisories up closer to Lake Erie as well. It's actually a high wind warning once you're up into southwest New York. I would expect the National Weather Service to add some counties to those wind advisories before the afternoon is through, and if they do, I'll be sure to let you know about them. One other thing, tomorrow during the afternoon, while it's not going to be as consistently wet as the morning, the afternoon could feature a thunderstorm in a couple of spots, and there's actually a low risk of severe weather in the darker green here from roughly Youngstown on east. When we're talking about a low risk, any severe storms would be isolated and limited in coverage and intensity. But even outside of any rare thunderstorms tomorrow, it's of course still going to be awfully windy for our Wednesday. Much more this evening on Weather for Weather Geeks about our midweek storm. We'll talk about the Halloween forecast, and we'll take a look at the balmy start to November that it looks like we have in store for next week. All that on Weather for Weather Geeks this evening, and you'll get an updated 7-day forecast and everything else this evening on 21 News at both 6 and 11. I'll see you then.